What's that do? Guest requests. I don't even know who I need to add. Most of my followers are on Instagram when it comes to my pregnancy. Poor internet connection because Nathan's on the bloody PlayStation. Right, I'm just going to start because obviously I need to save this and put it on YouTube, so I don't want it to be stupidly long. Basically, just an insight to my pregnancy. Found out I was pregnant in April. From the dates I worked out, I was due at the beginning of December. As I carried on, I went for my scan at 9 weeks. Well, should have been 12 from my workings out. And I was only 9 weeks. Everything was fine. Baby was fine. I was fine. Then, excuse the mum bun. It's a natural look for me, obviously. Yeah, had a bleed at 11 weeks, which then they took me in for a scan. They took me straight in for a scan at 11 plus 2, as far as I can remember. And nothing was there. Everything was fine. Perfect pregnancy. Baby was fine. 6 days later, I went for my 12-week scan. At my 12-week scan, it was like a murder scene inside my womb. Basically, you've got the sac of the baby. There is a photo on my Facebook. If anybody wants to see it, I can share it again. There's the sac of the womb, sac inside the womb with the baby in. Here's the rest of the womb. My rest of my womb was full of blood. The only part of my womb that didn't contain blood was where the placenta lied. But there was a threat of the blood going underneath the placenta and literally wiping out the baby. So yeah, at 13 weeks the consultant screamed and said, look, I need to see her. So they got me in at 13 weeks and she basically just said, don't get your hopes up. She said, I don't know how you're going to continue this pregnancy. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen to you. I don't know what's going to happen to the baby. I don't know anything. Obviously, alarm bells ring at that point and you're thinking, holy shit. Because I definitely did. Really sorry if you can hear Ruben. He's really hurt his mouth. And we've just found out he's got lip tie. But yeah. Anyway. So I carried on my pregnancy, but I had to make a choice. They gave me 2 weeks to make a choice on whether I was going to continue my pregnancy or whether I was going to end my pregnancy. Obviously, if I continued my pregnancy, I have a subchronic hemorrhage, which obviously is a hemorrhage. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous for me, very dangerous for the baby, and dangerous for the children that I have now because they could have been left without their mum. So yeah, I had to make a very tough decision, and that she gave me 2 weeks to make that decision because the NHS don't do medical terminations, apparently, after 15 weeks, which obviously I wouldn't want to do anyway. Personal opinion, don't want any hate or anything. Personal opinion, every baby deserves a chance. After, this is baby 18, live, number 4. So I've been through hell, and all I've ever wanted to do is be a mum. I think I just needed to let my love go, I needed something to hold on to, something that would never leave me as such. Obviously having them
Please bring the plate down.
Thanks. After having those miscarriages, obviously, that took a lot of hope away from me. I was very young when I had my first miscarriage. I was 16 with Neil. But yeah, so I've been through hell and back with babies and pregnancies and everything. With Keegan, I had the perfect pregnancy, the perfect labour, really. Mercy, I had a subchronic haematoma. With Ruben, I had a subchronic haematoma. Subchronic haematoma is a sac of blood next to the baby, which bleeds out or just comes out like a normal, they're not very risky, whereas this is a hemorrhage. Obviously a hemorrhage is an active bleed. With an active bleed, obviously there's so many complications, but I chose to carry on my pregnancy and risk my life as well as the baby's. And I know a lot of people will probably think I'm selfish for doing that. At the time, I thought I was very selfish too, but I just couldn't give up. If he weren't giving up, I weren't giving up. Like, why? And that's just how I felt. At 16 weeks, I went on holiday. Well, I had another scan, and then I went on holiday the day after. The bleed was still there. The bleed it was smaller, but it wasn't going. It wasn't getting to a size that we could cope with. So I was still put on bed rest, but I continued to go on holiday anyway. I think we all deserved a break. I definitely deserved a break. And obviously my mum come and joined and helped us and different bits. So it was a lot of a relief for me. On the Thursday, we went to the beach. Obviously the older two had come home to their dads because they've been naughty, just rebels. I was like, do you know what? You're not ruining my holiday. See you later. That's just how we work. People might not agree with me doing that, but that's how I work. If you're not going to behave, you're not enjoying yourselves, you're not going on days out, you're not, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to have, like, our holiday, Ruben's holiday, my mum's holiday after she's had a really tough year this year. Anyway, we went to the beach with Ruben. Ruben was crawling along the sand, and as he crawls, he sometimes lets his arm go, and he face planted the sand. With him face planting the sand, he got a mouthful of sand, and he got to the point where he couldn't breathe. He was going blue, and he was foaming at the mouth. Any mother sprinting towards that lifeguard's shed, or whatever it is, the caravan-looking thing. So I was sprinting at 17 weeks pregnant towards this van, trying to make sure that my baby was okay. Later that night, I was having severe pains. I genuinely thought I was having contractions. I didn't think I was going to make it through the night. I thought, I'll leave it, I'll go to the toilet, hopefully that's okay, and then everything will be okay. Well, I started spotting. I was due to expect spotting anyway. I've been there before, I know what to expect, I know what to look for, I know how to do it. And obviously it was all old blood, it was all okay, everything was fine. I'm really hot and I feel like a ghost. Mercy's stole all my makeup, as you can tell I have none on. Yeah, so I started spotting old blood, that was all okay. Then I started bleeding old blood. That's all okay. And then on the way home on the Saturday, we just said goodbye to the people that had let us have the caravan. And we was halfway home, which is about 45 minutes away from home. And I stopped Nathan in the car. I said, Nathan, you need to stop now. I need to go to the toilet. And it was an all sudden urge. And I was like, it's like the urge of when your waters are going to go or when you need to push. And I was like, right, no, we need to stop. So he stopped at the pub that was on the side of the road. Luckily, it was there. As I was walking towards the pub, I just felt everything come away. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to... If I sit on this toilet, what is going to happen? I've never been so scared in my life just to go for a wee. Anyway, everything was fine. It was bright red blood and it was a lot of bright red blood. So instantly messages go out, someone get me maternity units number now. Obviously I'm on holiday, I didn't take my notes with me. So we got people to have the children. We went to the hospital, they did everything they needed to do. They tried to do a spectrum thing, the glass dildo, as I call it, the thing that absolutely agonises. Yep, down there. Although I've given birth 3 times, that still hurts. Oh my god, it is really raining outside. Anyway, so had that, they pulled it out and it was full of blood. We can't see where it's coming from. There's too much blood, this, that and the other. And I was like, right, okay. So that's all okay. They done a quick scan just to see his heartbeat and stuff like that. They was like, right, the baby's fine. We're gonna like keep you in. And I was like, I'm not staying in. I'm not doing it. I've got children. They let me home on the promise that I'd have other people look after my children. I'd do no housework, and I wouldn't pick Ruben up, who is 10 months old, who obviously needs picking up. Yeah, that lasted all about 10 minutes from when I got home anyway. So, yeah, continued my pregnancy. Last week, I was rushed back in. I was having severe pain. Obviously, I'd never stopped bleeding. People think just because I don't post constantly about it. Obviously, I do like to keep people updated because I do want to raise awareness of this. It isn't a very nice thing. Putting your life at risk isn't easy. And a lot of people disagree with what I've done. But look where I am now. But listen for the rest, because you won't want to miss this bit. Anyway, yeah, went in again. They said, right, we want to keep you in. Weren't happening. So today, I went for my scan today. At 20 weeks pregnant, I have never shit myself so much in my life. Excuse my language if any children are watching, but I was cacking it. Not the fact that I had to get in the car with my mother-in-law, who proceeded to slam the brakes on while I was having a drink, and drink went everywhere. I literally felt like a sticky bee object. If there was a bee's nest around, I think I'd have been attacked. But there wasn't, thankfully. Like, touch wood, it still don't happen. But yes, it was the fact that I was going to a scan that was going to tell me whether my baby's growing, because obviously the bleed could stop him growing, because it could get big and it could like push and compact him and strangle him, suffocate him is the word, or anything could happen, basically. I went in for my scan to then find out that the bleed has got dramatically smaller. It is now only oh my word, I keep saying 14. It is only 7 centimetres by 2 centimetres, so 14 centimetres round. Whatever. 14 centimetres in diameter is what I meant. Obviously, we don't know how far back it goes. You can only see so much because the baby decided to suck his feet as usual because he loves his feet. And the child is actually bigger than what he should be. Like, how can it change? This is what I mean. When you go for your 12-week scan, everything's perfect, everything's fine. It doesn't always stay that way. Mine didn't. And then within 4 weeks, well, within 2 weeks, because I had my last scan at 18, like they did a quick scan. Yeah, it's all dramatically changed again. So the baby's now in safe zone. Obviously, the risks are still there. There is still things that can go wrong. Obviously, there's a risk that the bleed can come back and it can reaccumulate. But for now, we're under control of it. We're doing well. The baby's pushing along, and so are we. And if he's going to keep fighting, I'm going to fight it with him. Yeah, it's been a rocky road, and I'm determined to vlog the rest of it, because obviously I've learnt the hard way. Everything changes so quick. Click of a finger, that's it. It's your life or the baby's. Do you know what I mean? But I chose the baby's life over my own. Selfishly, I admit. Selfishly. But in the same sense, I've not been selfish, because I've gave the baby the chance that he deserves. So yeah, I'm quite happy. It's quite good. But yeah, is there any questions? Because I feel like I've rambled on for ages. I don't even tell me how long I've been rambling on for. Oh my god, what's going on? But yeah, so we're sort of we're out of the danger zone now. Oh, and my placenta's moved to the top. Like, the bleed is actually, hold on. Oh, the bleed is here, whereas before, whereas before it was the whole way round, and now I actually have a belly, whereas like a week ago I was completely flat. As you can see, Bill and Ben are full melons. Yeah, exactly, Roxy. 100%. It isn't easy, but yeah, you just do what you've got to do because you have to. Obviously I put my life at risk for the baby, and like I said, people will find me very selfish, but I've come out on top. The baby's going to be okay. Well, obviously if nothing changes, again. But for now, we're safe. But yeah, is there any questions? Because I do want to answer questions, because I want to make sure that everyone knows, obviously, everything. Although I am going to eat this bit of pepperoni because it keeps staring at me. What is this? Oh, if anyone's noticed, can you see the colour difference in my hair? I've got like blonde to then black. About the length of my arm. No questions? Well, if anyone has got any questions, I will, my inbox is open anyway. Or comment on here. But yeah, I'm going because I'm starving and it's chucking it down and I just want to run outside. So, bye.